Okay, well, thank you everybody for joining me. I'm going to give everybody, got a couple of people coming in, so we will start in just a couple of minutes. I don't know if you guys saw your kids come home with coffee cups today. I promise I did not give them coffee at school. They were full of lemonade. They had Starbucks Day. They had so much fun doing some activities and just getting excited. So, and if you haven't seen the pictures on Class Dojo, I have a couple in here, but you should check those out. Okay, I'm going to give one more minute and then I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and put in the chat. This is the link so I put it here so I could, I have to escape. That's what I need to do that. And I am going to copy and paste it into the chat box. You guys can sign in on this Google form. And I'm going to put it in the chat. See, if you have trouble with that, let me know. And I'm going to go ahead and get started. My name is Mrs. Mullins. For some of you I haven't been able to meet yet. Some of you I know I've chatted with before on the phone. So it's very nice to meet you if I haven't introduced myself yet. I am going to start with a message from the front office here at Okolona. We're trying new things at this new school, so I'm hoping that this works, that this will play and that everyone can hear.
Good evening. My name is Karen Stearman. I'm the principal here at Okolona. We welcome you.
Nope. Oh, okay. I think when I'm muted.
Tonight to the world of Okolona, where we create out-of-this-world leaders. Whether your child is new to Okolona or has been one of our students in the past, we welcome you and your family with open arms. We are here to provide a safe, caring, nurturing learning environment for all of our students. Our goal is to support your child both academically and socially so that they can get the most out of their learning day here at Okolona. It's as simple as the A, B, C's, and D's. A is for attendance. Students miss valuable instructional time when they are not here. During the pandemic, we definitely want you to keep them home if they are sick. But one thing we've noticed this year is we're having many students come in late to school. It is important that all students are in class by 9 o'clock a.m. B is for behavior. Students need to have appropriate behavior to learn. We have a wonderful staff here at Okolona who works with students who struggle with their behavior. Our goal is to work with you, the parent, to make sure behavior does not interfere with learning. And we will make a plan for children who need extra support. C is for core standards and curriculum. The core standards help students learn 21st century skills needed to be college and career ready. I tell students every day that the reason they come to school is to learn. D is for deeper learning. This is about personalizing the experiences of students so there are options for how content is learned and applied. It is about solving real problems and developing skills like collaborating, communicating, and leading.
Hi, my name is Stacy Bischoff, and I'm the assistant principal here at Okolona, and I want to talk to you a little bit about Title I. Title I is the largest federally funded program in education, which you may know is No Child Left Behind. Title I ensures that every child, even disadvantaged and low-income children, have a fair, equitable, and significant opportunity to obtain a high-quality education. Title I provides additional funding and resources to schools and districts, and each school has the authority to determine the way or ways funds are used. We have three areas in which we have used our Title I monies for the 21-22 school year. One of them is for reading and math interventionists, one is for teacher planning each grading period, and one is for technology and software needs for the classroom. You'll notice on the right-hand corner of the screen, I have an example of the Parent Learning Compact. This went home in your child's Monday folder several weeks ago. If you did not get the chance to look at it and sign and return it, if you would dig through your child's papers and see if you can find it, read through it. It talks about what Title I is, what Title I is not. Sign it and send it back to school as soon as possible.
Good evening. My name is Betsy Ruther, and I am the counselor here at Okolona. I am going to speak with you for a few moments about our pause expectations. So as part of PBIS, which stands for Positive Behavior Interventions and Support, Okolona implements the pause expectations. And as you can see on the right side with the poster, P stands for positive attitude, A stands for accept responsibility, W stands for work hard and play safe, and S stands for show respect and be kind. The pause expectations are taught for all areas of school as well as some areas outside of school. So students know the expectations for special areas in classrooms, hallways, restrooms, the cafeteria, playground, and the bus. And each day, students have the opportunity to earn pause coupons, as you see in the bottom right-hand corner, and they turn in those pause coupons and are entered to win daily prizes. So parents, I encourage you to ask your children what the pause expectations are at Okolona. They should know them, and they will be excited to tell you all about them.
Hello everyone, my name is Cindy Dunclow. I am the instructional assistant in kindergarten. I am also the past PTA president, and I'm here just to talk about PTA just a little bit today. And so we have a new PTA officer board that has already been elected in, so I'm going to go through those individuals. The president will be Kieran Jackson. The vice president will be Jennifer Martinez. The secretary will be Stephanie Sidnor, and the treasurer will be Chelsea Bland. So congratulations to those individuals. They will be the officers that will lead the PTA this year. I'm going to go over the budget a little bit of what we have planned for this year. So we're super excited to be back in person. We're hoping that we're going to get more opportunities to do some fundraisers and a couple other things to build some money. We had a t-shirt sale at the beginning of the year. We're hoping to do maybe a couple dances, a field day, and a couple other fundraisers. So that's going to bring our funds up to $11,566.97. We have some expenses that are going out for insurance, membership dues. We're hoping to get the teacher and staff appreciation, of course, week that we are going to do some fancy things for the teachers. So that will bring our expenses to $11,566.97, which should give us $100 to roll over to next year. In closing, I would just like to say, if you have not joined the PTA, you still have the opportunity to do so. It is $5 for a membership, and we hope that you do because we love people that join our PTA. Thank you so much.
Oh, okay. I think that's the end of the video. Stacy, is that the end of the video?
No, there's Miss Stearman just has a closing.
Oh.
you so much for your presence this evening. Remember, our doors.
I guess so. Chucky went on a break.
I think there's someone that needs to mute.
Yeah. Can I mute someone from here or?
Yes, you should be able to. You go under participants.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, and I think they figured it out. Okay. Whoever it was. Okay. That was weird.
Is always open if you need anything. Enjoy learning about your child's classroom next.
Okay, I apologize for my technical difficulties. I am so used to Google Meet. I did not really think about that this is different. But I'm so excited to be able to talk with you all tonight. I am Mrs. Mullins. I've been teaching for, I think this is my 15th year. This is my third year teaching second grade at Okolona Elementary, my 6th year at Okolona. And I just love making crafts, golfing, reading books, going places with my kids and my husband. One of the kids asked me if I was married today and why I don't wear a ring. My rings just need to be fixed. They need to be resized. So they were funny about that. I thought that was funny they asked. But my husband is also a football coach. So the kids sometimes the boys especially, they like to hear about how his football team is doing, and we chat football. This year we have a lot of teachers coming in and out of our building. We just started getting support, like they were talking about it with our Title I funds, for our students to have reading help and math help. So there's some support staff that you're going to hear about. You're probably going to hear about a lot of people from your students. If you're new to Okolona, we're a very small school. So it's not unusual for them to see, principals and guidance counselors and everyone all year. We have a lot of support, and the kids definitely enjoy seeing everyone each day. And they get very used to people walking through, which is great. This is Miss Amber, and she's on tonight. Hi, Miss Amber. And she is our Bellarmine student. So every Thursday, Bellarmine kind of comes in with all these students, and the kids love it. They get so excited to see who their Bellarmine teacher is, and she's studying to be a teacher. She'll be with us on Thursdays, and it's great because she can help students. She sits with students. She leads small groups, and she also has been co-teaching, reading to them. And it's a super helpful time for me because she can just, she sat with so many kids today and helped them get their work done. So it's really great. Another friend who you probably have heard about is Miss Gramick. And Mrs. Gramick, as her door is basically connected to mine. We have this wacky open, not open building. And she is a resource teacher, and she basically comes in to support us. But because she's right next door, she's in a lot, or just kind of, says hello a lot. And the kids like saying hello to her. So I know that they might speak to you about Mrs. Gramick. And Mrs. Gramick, do you want me to just read what you said? I can read it. Okay, great. She has a husband and 3 kids. She's been teaching for 21 years, 19 at Okolona. Wow, girl. She loves being a teacher, and she loves the beach. So you'll probably hear about Miss Gramick, and she may work with your child. And it doesn't mean anything. It's just she's in there. And so lots of people pop in. I've seen Miss Stearman. When she comes in to observe me, she usually cannot help herself. She has to go and sit next to someone and say, hey, what are you doing? Get on your work, let me help you. Everybody really digs in at Okolona, which is great. This is our schedule. It's a little, I'm kind of detailed with my schedule, so it might seem a little overwhelming. The kids just more think of it as like, here's our reading block, here's writing. But I wanted you to kind of see what it is. In the morning they come in, I'm trying to it takes them a really long time to eat breakfast. So mainly they eat breakfast and hang. I do have work bins for them. So if they have, let me let someone in here. If they have some time, then they might do like a fun activity, like play with Legos or do like a puzzle or something like that. But I keep it really light in the mornings, and that seems to be nice. Their morning meeting, we usually focus on Leader and Me, and we're going to talk about that in just a little bit. And then I actually fit in a reading group, and the kids do usually word work. This is kind of a time, sometimes I have something from the day before, or sometimes I have something that we're working on for Leader and Me that they need to continue working on, like their personal goals or another project. So they work during that time while I meet with a reading group. Then I do my mini lesson, which is basically when I give them a quick lesson on a reading strategy I want them to use. Give them that content. And then it's really, we focus at Okolona about practice and guiding them. We try to keep the kids in small groups and get our quality time from them. And I think that's essential too when we're coming out of this pandemic and the NTI. They really need that individualized care. So we spend a lot of time in reading groups and in centers, and they have really enjoyed centers. And then we're also, then we do writing. I try to do a half an hour of writing to really get a lesson and then writing time in. And I really want to improve their writing skills. The goal for second grade is to be able to write a paragraph by the end of the year. So you can and I'll send more information to you about that as the year goes on. Of course, we have lunch. We have math. This is actually math. I didn't rate math. Everybody just knows what warm-up is. We have a warm-up and an activity 1. We do illustrative math. So you're going to see some of that come home this year. Sometimes it looks a little bit different, but it's very integrated. Like right now, we're doing graphing and data, but we're also doing addition and subtraction. They do a great job of putting the two things together, making it hands-on, making it visual. So it's been a great program for us here. We have special area, recess. On Thursdays, we do have 2 special areas, so they get an extra gym time, which is great because they need that extra activity. And then we have math centers basically down here. A cool down is just a little assessment. They do like 1 question at the end of math class. And then at the end of the day, we do science and social studies. And I'm really trying to get a lot of science and social studies in this year because I know they love it. They have just done U.S. symbols. And they have really loved it. Their posters were really cute, and they loved presenting them. They were working on presenting them today, and we're going to do some more tomorrow. This is our classroom. I'm going to give you a quick classroom tour. It's going to be quick because my room is small. You can see how they're sitting. I know at open house or at Beat the Teacher night, I had it set up a little bit differently. We weren't sure on what the COVID protocol would be. But once we got that, I of course rearranged. So they're all facing one direction. They're sitting as far apart as we can. It is tight in here. There are a couple of desks over here as well. And then this is them doing their Starbucks day today and a center activity in their Starbucks. They love these aprons today. They were really having a great time. Okay. You have to go out there.
I'm just looking if there was any volleyballs.
Yeah, no volleyballs in here. Go play with Daddy, okay?
Well, I need to find.
My 4-year-old. Okay. And our up here, this is our class mission statement. I tried to get a video. I'm going to play it real quick. One of the things that I wanted to show you all was just how they run our morning meeting. Oh, hold on. What happened? What happened? Okay, you gotta go. On the closet? What? Okay, she is fine. She got loose. Okay. So they do morning meeting, they run that themselves. They go over our mission statement, our pause, and our habits. And it kind of takes me a little while to train them, but they're getting better at it. And I'm wondering if this will play. Oops, I messed it up. Ooh. So just a little snippet of what they do. So the students lead it. They read it, and they also ask each other questions. Like they'll say, how can we show positive attitude today? Give me some ideas. And they'll run that back and forth. So it's really fun. And I like to see them feel accomplished. So Leader in Me is a big part of our school day, and we try to integrate it in with all of our activities. And I just wanted to show you the Leader in Me tree so you can kind of see. And it builds upon itself, each habit. It comes from the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and they've made it for schools, which is now Leader in Me. And it doesn't want to, oh, there it goes. Okay. So they have each habit, and then they build on each other. So the first 3 habits are all about yourself. You are going to be proactive. You're going to begin with the end in mind. Put first things first. And then it goes up. These are more working together type of skills. So you really have to be responsible for yourself before you can work together. So think win-win, seek first to understand, then to be understood, synergize, and then sharpen the saw is all about taking care of yourself, mind, body, and soul. So it's really a great program that the kids really enjoy doing and learning about. And it really helps develop them into productive people. I love it, and it's been a great program for us at Okolona. This year they have leadership binders. This is the new aspect. And I'm excited to show you leadership binders at conferences. They will actually use their leadership binders to run their own parent-teacher conference, because in there are their wildly important goals. They've already set goals. So they kind of know where they're at already. They know what reading level they're on. They know what kind of skills they need to focus on in math. They know what kind of habits they're trying to accomplish. And I know a lot of you set personal WIG goals at home this week. And if you haven't had a chance to do that, if you could send those back tomorrow, that would be great. If you need the weekend, I understand. Go ahead and take the weekend and send those back on Monday. If you need another copy, I totally understand that too. And I can just let me know and I'll get you one. If you joined late, by the way, before I forget, there is a link in the chat so you can sign in. So I think there's going to be some kind of drawing for the kids. So you probably want to sign in if you could see that. You know what? I'll put it back. Let me see if I can link it one more time in case, I don't know if this chat resets like the other one does. Paste that in. Okay. So the next thing is our backpack of success skills. Let me explain what this is first. So this is what JCPS has put out for all students in the district to complete. This is what they do their defenses on in 5th grade, I think 8th grade, and then in their senior year in high school. And these work nicely with the 7 habits. And actually, I haven't really talked to the kids about this yet. We're going to work on this next week. I just didn't want to totally overwhelm them at the beginning of the year. So we're going to start working on that and adding things to our backpack next week because they have some things that can go in their backpack. So basically when we do something like create a project, make a presentation, write something, do something, where they're really showing their knowledge of a skill. So it could be a task in math. Then we can put it in their digital backpack. That stays with them for the rest of their career at JCPS. And they can even use something from 2nd grade to defend their 5th grade graduation. And students do that. So we have our school signature item. Each school has their own signature item is leadership. So that goes with the 7 habits. So if we do something that shows a 7 habit or leadership, they can put that there. The other categories are globally and culturally competent citizen, when they're recognizing, the greater world or how they can help. That's where that would go. An effective communicator, obviously, when they're presenting their posters, or, writing, then they're being an effective communicator. Prepared and resilient learner. This is really being able to make things better. When they adjust a project and make something better, they're prepared and resilient. A productive collaborator, they can work with others. Emerging innovator, they can come up with new and inventive ideas. The next, I'm not going to play this video for you just for time's sake. But if you look on the JCPS website, if you're wondering about the backpack of skills, or if you'd like to see this later, I can send the slideshow out. Maybe I'll do that. I'll link the slideshow out. But if you watch this video, it just explains the backpack of success skills, and you can find that on JCPS's website. That's where I got it from. The couple of things about grading. Grading is changing just a wee bit this year. They have taken out the engagement score. So it used to be progression, which is just kind of how are the kids doing in their daily work? How are they scoring? And then mastery would be more like a test grade. And then engagement, which would be like, are you participating in class? But they've taken that out. And I think that's, I'm not too concerned about it for our purposes. But I wanted to let you all know that. Now I can put it in. It just won't count towards their percentage. And I can also note it in the comments. So when I give strengths and growth, I can definitely comment on their engagement and participation. So our grading scale is O, S, N, I, and U. Most of you are probably familiar with this. But what I wanted to say is that don't try to equate it to A, B, C, D, which is hard to do. I know for most of us who are, grew up when we grew up, and used to that grading scale. An O is really well above grade level expectations. So, even if they're working really hard, but they're not reading, way above grade level, then we are not going to give them that O. So I'd really look for S's. S's are fantastic grades. Being satisfactory in class and doing, being on grade level is a great thing. So I just wouldn't, what I'm warning you about is not getting too hung up on those O's, because it's just really important to me that I relay a really accurate score. The other thing that I would focus on is my personal comments. We spend a lot of time doing growth and strength comments, especially towards the beginning of the year. And then also the progress reports. I always give progress reports at conferences, and then sometimes I give them out at different parts of the year. And they're really more like what the district is actually trying to go towards, which is standards-based teaching. They more give like, on this standard, this is how your child did. Are they on, do they have it yet or not yet? Do they have mastery of retelling a story? Some of those things that you probably are actually more interested in and give you a more clear picture of where your child's at. But of course, if you ever have a question about grading or scores, you can let me know. And I try to reach out before report cards ever come out and have those conversations. And sometimes an NI also might mean that needs improvement. It might mean that your child is still working very hard. So that's a time when you want to look at those comments. If you're worried about their work ethic or what you can do, they just might need more time to, really gain the skills that they need to be on grade level. And that takes time, especially after being on NTI for a year. So I just wanted to share that with you and make sure that we had a more clear expectation of grading. And like I said, things that I send out and progress reports and conferences, that first conference I think is really helpful for getting on the same page. Okay. Behavior plan. My behavior plan is pretty simple. I give kids positive dojo points. I try to be very positive. I give treasure box rewards on Friday. Sometimes it's something they see. Sometimes, a lot of times, I'll let them choose like lunch with me or some things that maybe aren't points worthy. I try to do fun things and provide rewards for the students so that they have that motivation to just do the right thing. And for the most part, they really do. Um, our pause, we follow our pause expectations, and I just keep it simple in my classroom and do that as well. And I will give out tickets for pause. I like the pause tickets because they can get those anywhere in the school building. They can earn them in the lunchroom, in the music lab. It's very universal. And then if I do have behavior concerns, I just reach out to you and let you know. And we usually make a personal plan for that child. It just works out better that way. And the kids know that I do 3 strikes and you're out. If I'm really having to get on you about the same thing over and over again, then we will talk and have a conference with mom and dad. But for the most part, they just want to earn rewards. So we just keep that going. They feel very good about themselves. They want to be leaders. And they really encourage each other to do it. I think Leader in Me has really helped bring up the behavior in the school a lot. And just a few things to remember. Our Monday folders go home every Monday, and it's just awesome if you can sign those right away and send them back. It just makes things easier, because otherwise it's a lot of trying to get them back. I understand if you need it for another night to look at it, maybe Monday night was busy. I understand. I'm not going to penalize your child for bringing it back on Wednesday, but it's just really helpful if you bring them back as soon as possible. And then the take-home folders, I do send take-home folders every night, and they do have a weekly chart that they're supposed to circle in. I'm going to try to get better at making them circle their behavior. I mean, for the most part, they just have done a great job. And then that gives me a place to write a note to you if I need to. It also gives you a place to write me a note. And then I do check that they have their Monday or their take-home folder every day. I check for notes in there. Just some of them have them and some of them have not or don't have them. But for the most part, I send important information and graded papers in the Monday folder. And then the other thing to remember is just a water bottle is super helpful because they cannot drink from the water fountains. I'm sure nobody really wants their child drinking from the water fountains right now. And it's just a lot to give them cups every day. It's just a lot to juggle. And they spill the cups. They're messier than the water bottles. The water bottles makes it very easy. I've given the kids water bottles this week if they didn't have one or they just weren't coming in with one. And then I'm going to take those home and wash them. I'm just going to try doing that for some of them. Or if your child wants to leave their water bottle there for the week and then just take them home on Fridays, that's kind of where we're at with it. But if you could just kind of check in with your child, see if they're bringing their water bottle, that would help me. And then a charged Chromebook. If you could charge those at home, that's awesome too. And really that hasn't been too much of a problem now. The kids are getting better about doing it. They seem to be taking on that responsibility. But my room is really weird. It only has plugs that work on one side for their Chromebooks of the room. And it just gets like everybody's Chromebooks over there and there's a ton of cords and it gets real messy. And I don't really have a better solution for it right now. So if I have to charge it every once in a while, not a huge deal. But if you could come most days with a charge, that'd be great. And I think that's all. So if anybody, let me think, I did the form, making sure I played the video. I think I've done everything. So if anybody has any questions or concerns, things they want to clarify, feel free. Otherwise, I hope that you have a wonderful night and enjoy your families. And I will see your kids tomorrow. Yeah. Bye, Amber.
Bye.
I think it was like you and. Oh, wait, maybe I should stop this.